Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the closing bell here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Here to just wrap up everything that's been going on today. It's quite a mixed day, to say the least. The Dow Jones closes down at 19,856. That's down about almost 0.2%. It's about 0.16%. And you have the NASDAQ closing up at 5,552, up 0.36%. Now, you had the S&P close flat at 2268.91, and you had the Russell 2000 finish the day at 1370.90. That's up basically about 13 points, or almost 1%, 0.99%, and that was the leader, in spite of the fact that we had some mixed data come out. The action did come out on slightly higher volume than the averages, both on the New York and the NASDAQ stock exchanges. New York came in at almost 9 million shares, averages about 880 million shares, then we had 900 million. 1.7 billion on the NASDAQ versus 1.733. And the advancers now were outpacing decliners. We haven't seen that in a couple sessions. On both the New York and the NASDAQ, and new highs were outpacing new lows. So you see that the action actually gave some merit to the upside. But again, we're going to take that with a grain of salt, I guess, because we really want to see where the relative strength was. And the relative strength today came in sectors that were more material-esque. Steel, ticker symbol SLX, and the stock X. SLX was up about 4.6%. The metal is, really getting some a catalyst right now, maybe some short covering. But again, it looked like the upside was really without any abandonment whatsoever, without any type of resistance. You did see that nat gas came off of those very poor levels today. UNG was up 4.88%. The metals and mining in general were up 3.76%. You also saw copper, JJC, was up about 3.62%. This is going to be an interesting metal to watch because copper has been lagging, and this is a good barometer of potential growth as far as in infrastructure plays and just growth in general. You also saw on the international front, EWH, the ticker symbol for Hong Kong ETF. We talk about that at 8:30 Eastern time on the overnight action report for Asia. It was up almost 2% today. And the Chinese large cap ETF, FXI, another one that we speak about, was up 1.5%. Again, data has been positive coming out of China. Is in terms of both producer price and purchasing managers indicators, and we're also seeing that there could be some decent momentum in both the gaming and also the property names in China and Hong Kong. Now, taking a look at what was relatively weak, oil. Oil continues to take it on the chin. Really, the rationale behind that is not only the OPEC and non-OPEC nations, whether or not they're going to adhere to their production cuts, but it's also the fact that we're going to watch the rig counts here in the United States. There's going to be reports out about how many are online now that oil is over $50. USO was down 2.2%. You also saw that impact gasoline. The UGA ETF that tracks gasoline was down 1.9%. Now, we're going to take that with a little bit of a grain of salt because, boy, I'm driving around here and here in the Midwest, I'm not seeing any relief on the gas, on the pump price. But watch the EIA report out at 10:30 Eastern time tomorrow. That's going to give us a good indication of both in the crude markets and the distillates, the gasoline as well as the nat gas areas, whether or not there is going to be bearish or bullish draws or supply increases. We also saw that REITs were taking it on the chin as well today. Taking a look at the Cohen and Steers REIT ETF, ICF, down 1.16%. And again, we're going to watch that one very closely. Rates were basically muted with the 10-year basically flat on the yield side. And then finally, Mexico. Mexico is down about 0.7%. This one's going to get volatile, especially as we get close to the inauguration, and we're going to start to see what President-elect Trump's policies are going to be as far as trade. All right, folks, that's it right now for the closing bell. A lot of action today. We wrapped up a lot. Go take a look at our segments from Tech Talk, Strategy Now, as well as the opening bell, both here in the United States and Europe, as well as Asia. There's a lot of content there, a lot of context, a lot of transparency that we give there here at MarketStream.live. And we'll be back tomorrow morning, starting it off bright and early, 8:30 Eastern Time. So join us here at MarketStream.live. Have a great evening.